Hey there! The cyber threat to small businesses has never been at a higher level than it is right now. And small business owners are in a uniquely exposed position because of the close link between their financial livelihood and the fortunes of their business. Both could be severely impacted by a cyber attack. John Byrne here, entrepreneur, insurance professional, online educator and founder of Surviving Cyber. My goal is to help small business owners and managers who are struggling with today's complex digital environment get to grips with cyber risk. If this is your situation, you're in the right place. This short video series, The Small Business Owner's Introduction to Cyber Risk, will get you started on the right track. Through the 6 videos of the series, I'm going to walk you through some important cyber risk topics so you can prepare for a cyber incident in your business and keep your small business and your people safe. Now, before we dive in, I want to give you access to the free ebook that accompanies this video series. It contains valuable content from the videos and it's full of practical tips that you can implement. You can use the link pages.survivingcyber.com/ebook to get access now. I'll also put that link in the video description below. Now, today we conclude the short video series with topic number 6, 5 common cyber threats to small businesses. I hope you're ready to dive into the content. I'm John Byrne and this is the Small Business Owner's Introduction to Cyber Risk.
Companies of all sizes are changing the nature of their businesses and how they engage with customers by increasingly embracing digital technology and data. This can result in a company's digital assets becoming the most valuable assets of the business. The risks of these assets being lost, stolen or destroyed then becomes a critically important business issue. The company's cyber risk profile also changes profoundly. The cyber threat landscape is constantly changing. In fact, change and the spread of new threats are the only constants. Malicious attacks are increasing, but accidental disclosure and human error can't be forgotten either. Each year, several reports are produced by the government, by various companies and by industry bodies about cyber risk and cyber losses suffered by UK and Irish industry. Certain trends in the sources of cyber threats are usually evident in these reports. One useful source of information is the cyber insurance industry. Next, I'll provide my thoughts on 5 common cyber threats to small businesses and give a brief explanation of each one. Number 1, ransomware and extortion. Because of the high dependency of businesses on systems and data, cybercriminals can successfully extort money by threatening to encrypt, delete, or release data, or to disable a network or website that they have already compromised with ransomware. Ransomware is a form of malicious software, or malware, that encrypts your systems and your data. The attacker then holds your company to ransom for the release of the data. Most ransomware is delivered via email. And extortion in the form of ransomware has been one of the fastest growing forms of cybercrime in recent years, and it grew exponentially with the introduction of remote working in 2020 and 2021. Some victims have chosen to pay the ransom rather than risk losing their entire IT infrastructure and/or their data. Even then, the victim has no guarantee that the ransom payment will be effective, and even if it is, they will still incur costs to fix their systems, reconstitute their data, and protect their digital assets. The availability of good backups is often a key consideration in mitigating the loss that the company will suffer. Phishing is a form of social engineering in which the attacker, posing as a trusted party, sends an email designed to induce the recipient to share sensitive information, such as a username or a password, to download malware, or to visit an infected site. Ransomware and phishing attacks have seen huge increases during the COVID era as cybercriminals enjoyed the perfect storm conditions with unplanned and sometimes enforced remote working a reality for most small businesses. Number 2 is data breach. A spate of high-profile mega data breach events involving the loss of hundreds of millions of records hit the headlines in 2018, and this trend has continued in each year since then. A data breach can be caused by hackers, for example, using a virus or a malware infection, or using phishing techniques. A data breach that is caused by hackers usually involves the theft of data, which has value to the criminal and is therefore worth stealing. However, a data breach can just as easily result from employee negligence. The incidence of notified data breaches has increased following the introduction of the GDPR in 2018 and its mandatory reporting requirements. This trend is expected to continue as people become more sensitive about the use of their data and more likely to exercise their rights under GDPR. Fines for non-compliance under GDPR can be up to €20 million or 4% of global turnover if higher. The fines, enforcement actions and lawsuits that have been seen so far are regarded as being just the start of a longer-term change in expectations around data privacy and data security. Threat number 3 is theft of funds. Technology has made it easy for companies to conduct electronic banking. However, this ease has also attracted cybercriminals who try to steal money from the company's bank account. Cybercriminals hack into the target network to gain access to their online accounting or banking platforms, and if they're successful, they transfer money from the victim's account. There was a sharp increase in the number of sophisticated social engineering attacks in recent years, often taking the form of business email compromise. Here, a cybercriminal uses compromised email credentials to induce an employee to make an electronic payment to a bank account controlled by a cybercriminal, or to transfer sensitive data. So-called CEO fraud has been a very successful tactic against UK and Irish businesses. Here, the fraudsters impersonate the CEO or other senior executive and send email instructions to finance department staff asking for the transfer of funds to the criminal's bank account. Payroll diversion is a fraud where cybercriminals fish for email credentials and change an employee's deposit instructions to redirect the employee's salary to an account controlled by a cybercriminal. Some customers have discovered that banks may not reimburse the money if the company has been negligent in the operation of the bank account. There can also be issues with coverage under cyber insurance policies where funds have been surrendered voluntarily in a theft of funds fraud. Threat number 4 is virus or malware. Malware is a malicious piece of software or code intended to steal data or credentials, to log keystrokes on a keyboard, to enable unauthorized access, or to otherwise create a risk to the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of data, a network, or other computer resources. Virus and malware infections have been a threat to small businesses for decades, but they are still amongst the most frequent reasons why small businesses suffer cyber losses. New viruses and malware are constantly being released, and no anti-malware or antivirus programs will give completely effective protection against a brand new threat that has never been seen before, or a so-called zero-day threat. Number 5 on our list is network interruption or system failure. Network interruption is the term often used to describe an interruption to the business caused by a cyber incident. Often, when a cyber incident happens, it is not immediately clear what the impact will be on the business because of a lack of access to the data or the IT systems being offline. An expert forensic team may be required to thoroughly investigate the cyber incident and establish what business interruption loss is likely. The severity of network interruption losses varies significantly with the company size, the industry, and the duration of the incident. Often, the business interruption loss that can result from a cyber attack can be the most expensive component of a cyber loss. Next, we consider the consequences of cyber attacks. Responding immediately to an incident can be the most difficult part of a cyber event. If an attack has compromised the company's computer network, then IT specialists will be needed to identify what's happening, to stop the attack, to establish what has been stolen, and to protect against further immediate threats. The cost of these IT specialists to rebuild systems or data may only become clear after the work's completed. Limiting reputational damage, notifying clients or customers whose data has been stolen, and offering them identity theft protection solutions will carry a financial cost. Regulators may also need to be informed within tight deadlines, and regulators may take legal action against the business for failure to meet legally required data protection standards. Organizations operating in an increasingly digital world have never been more likely to suffer a cyber attack and to incur potentially severe financial consequences. Cyber resilient organizations prepare for this inevitability that their systems and their networks will be breached at some time and implement a robust cyber risk strategy as part of their risk management approach. I'll finish this video by saying a little about the Surviving Cyber courses. The Surviving Cyber courses are ideal for small business owners in Ireland and the UK who are concerned about cyber risk and who want to be empowered to manage it. They'll be of special interest to businesses that operate to high professional standards, and IT skills aren't required, as the focus of these courses is on managing cyber risk as a business risk. In the courses, I teach the mindset and the strategy required to help students create a tactical plan for their business. Together, these three components form the participant's pathway to peace of mind. I explain that there are straightforward steps that can be taken to deal with it once you have a guide to help you see the pathway through the current environment. I teach a 5-step process that empowers business owners to assess risk, reduce risk, transfer the residual risk to insurance if required, respond to a cyber incident, and report on cyber risk. My offer to course participants is a transformation in how cyber risk affects your business and your life. It's delivered quickly, at low cost, and with low risk of failure. The Jumpstart course is an introductory self-study online education course that gives the owners and managers of small businesses the jumpstart they need to create their first cyber resilience plan in 30 days. The course contains 4 sections, and the focus is on technology measures that can be implemented quickly. Course material includes approximately 3 hours and 45 minutes of video content, all of which is available on joining the course and can be viewed at your own pace. The Pathway course is a self-study online education course through which participants create their pathway to peace of mind from cyber risk. The course contains 6 sections, and the material includes approximately 5.5 hours of video content. For both courses, the content is available on joining the course and is completed on demand at your own pace. Each section deals with one topic. Each topic builds on the previous one. The teaching is presented through a series of pre-recorded videos. There's often a poll to gather your views, a Q&A feature, the slide deck handouts, supporting documents, and action points to be taken. And finally, the coaching course is a 6-week online live coaching course that covers the same materials as the Pathway course. It consists of 6 live group coaching calls of 1 hour's duration, delivered on Zoom, and it ends with a live one-on-one session with me as the course instructor to review the Pathway document created by each participant. This course is a collaborative live online learning experience, and it's only offered to small groups, usually about 20 people at any one time. It offers participants significant one-to-one engagement with me as the course instructor and the opportunity to ask questions directly. Feedback is both requested and expected from participants. If you'd like to join any of these courses, click on the Register for the Course button on the Surviving Cyber website and complete your information. So, in conclusion, by now you should understand that small businesses are big business for cyber criminals and that a cyber incident is inevitable for your business someday. This could have catastrophic consequences, not just for your business, but for your financial well-being. I hope that this video series and the ebook that accompanies it is helpful to small business owners as an introduction to the topic of cyber risk. Small businesses that implement the measures explained here should materially reduce their cyber risk profile from the most common cyber threats and greatly increase their chances of surviving a cyber incident. I hope that you will now take action so that your small business will survive its inevitable cyber incident whenever that day comes.
Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope that this awareness of the 5 common cyber threats will be helpful to you when you consider managing cyber risk in your business. Don't forget to register now for the free ebook using the link pages.survivingcyber.com/ebook or click on the link in the video description below. I hope to see you again soon in another Surviving Cyber video series.